Hello, people of planet Earth. I'm doing this video because apparently speaking into a microphone while gameplay is randomly happening in the background is just how people are doing videos nowadays. Not that I want to hop on that trend, but, well, I'm lazy and I don't want to have to put the camera to my face right now. You'll understand. Now, I rarely call my videos content. I used to believe that I was making some kind of edgy art form. Now they've reduced everything to just content, and I don't really like that at all. But I'm here to explain what I do on this channel in a concise manner while also updating on future plans with the channel and my content in general. As you know, I do host a show called One Gamer, Two Controllers. I use the term host very loosely because honestly I just slap that gameplay together like it's nothing. But part of it is me learning to play some of these games that I'm playing on the show. And I think that is kind of lost on some people, especially Street Fighter fans. I am deathly afraid of playing Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter because the fandom will come at me with everything they got. Not that everything they got is actually going to hurt me. It won't. But I don't want to upset people. As much as I want to farm outrage from Street Fighter fans and fans of other fighting games, I don't wish to do that. So instead of learning as I go, I'm going to try to master the game in its entirety before playing it on One Game or Two Controllers. That way there is no upset and there's no controversy with the games that I am playing. Simply because I don't want this channel to farm rage. You know, there's a lot of YouTube and internet personalities that farm hatred and rage, and I'm not here for that. I'm really not. I'm a simple person, and I have a family that loves me, and I love them, so I wish them the best, and I wish them to be safe. So why invite anger? Why invite rage? This is kind of indicative of my channel. My channel is kind of like my escape, my therapy. It is a diary, literally. The acronym DOAF, DOF. The first acronym is diary, you know. So we're going to get back to that, you know, in the best way that is feasible and possible. Rest assured, I do get positive comments. I do really appreciate that, you know, my videos are getting some kind of acknowledgement from people, you know, and that's special, you know, it's really special to me because, I mean, I do try to convincingly play a multiplayer game with both hands. And I try to make it look as convincing as possible, as if, like, if you were just to take the gameplay, if you were to take me out of the gameplay and just look at the gameplay objectively, like, my goal is that you see that I'm using each character well, and I'm using each character's combos well against each other, and that it's mostly an even match. There's times where that doesn't happen, but it happens out of happenstance, you know what I mean? And sometimes my right hand is more dominant than my left hand. I switch controllers when that happens. Or I just switch controllers for fun. It really depends. We are in a very dangerous socio and political climate in the United States, where I live. And so as much as I love to make political content, and as much as I love to provide that, it's getting harder and harder to do so. I want to make more political content and video essays of that nature, but God, the censorship, the amount of censorship and hoops you have to jump to make that happen is just baffling to me. Absolutely baffling. You know, yeah, these videos that I make, they don't get a lot of views, and they're only heard by people, and honestly, I don't even care to do demographics on who's actually watching my shit, because honestly, this channel has always been me screaming into the void, hoping someone hears me, or if you don't hear me, you at least listen, you know what I mean? I have a lot of things to say and a lot of things I wish to say. There are a couple factors that stop me from doing so. Namely, it's time. Time to do these things. Like, even the time I make to make this video, it's time that I'm kind of splitting off between other things that I am doing. It's hard for me to set time aside to sit in front of a camera and yap, yap, yap like the algorithm wants me to. So, I mean, not that I've ever cared about what the algorithm really wants. I never really have, which is why this channel is not successful. And honestly, I'm not here for that kind of success. I'm just here to freely make what I want to make. And if you're here for it, good. If you're not, sorry about it, not my problem. When I'm not playing video games in front of an audience, I like to cook, and that's wonderful. My grandmother taught me most of what I know when it comes to cooking, and of course my mother and stuff, but mostly my grandmother is the cook of the family, and so she's teaching me everything she knows. Currently, I'm in this point in my life where I have decided to reject homelessness for myself, and be with my family, and I'm taking my time enjoying my time with my family. It's been several years since I've gotten to know them again, and I've isolated myself from them strongly, so I'm trying to reconnect the best that I can, and I'm using this time to really reach out and reconnect with my family, because I know eventually I won't be on this earth anymore, but you know what will be? All this footage, so this is for everyone. You're welcome. I also have a lot of strong opinions about how art is going, because I am an artist, so to speak. I mean, I paint and I draw constantly, and I'm this world of AI art has me in a very pessimistic mood when it comes to making art, because I know it can be stolen. Hell, I'm working with a couple canvases right now because the last bunch of paintings are in the state of Washington, and I cannot get them back for the foreseeable future. And this happens to me constantly. I'll make like 40 to 50 paintings, and then all of a sudden it's gone in an instant. So not only am I dealing with like real art loss, but like real art thieves that use AI art, it's gotten me down, and it's hard to motivate myself to make anything anymore, because like, what's the point if you can just put in a prompt and make whatever you want? It's kind of sad, because back in the day when I was in school, guys would ask me to draw all kinds of crazy shit, and I feel like that's going to be lost on the next generation, because anyone can just put in a prompt and make something. And that's really sad, you know? People used to gather around at school around artists and make them draw stupid shit. And yeah, it was annoying, but it was fun, and it was a sense of community there. And I feel like that has been completely lost. Like the lyrics of Consolidated, ever-growing technology erases our sense of community. And I do believe that. I believe there is a way for real art to get on the map again, and it has to do with things AI art cannot do, like texture. You can look and touch these paintings and feel the texture, and that is something AI cannot do for now, until they start, you know, wrapping up them 3D printers to start painting things. So I feel like the way forward for art is to make it more loud than it's ever been, make it texturized, make it things that it's never been before. And I'm trying to figure out how to do that. And once I figure it out, I'll probably make a video about it. I've made videos about my paintings before, but you're seeing less and less content like that from me, because I don't want my art scanned and stolen for some stupid reason, which it can be, you know what I mean? It's got me really depressed, you know what I mean? Speaking of depression, y'all know that I'm not afraid to tell people what I am and who I am, and I really don't care what you think. I wear my sexuality on my sleeve for a very good reason, and this reason comes from decades upon decades of homophobia in our nation. I wear my sexuality on my sleeve mostly to let you know that I am not a predator. What do you mean by that? Well, I mean exactly what I said. It's because everybody likes to mistake homosexuals with predators and PDFs. And in this political landscape of absolute discourse all the time, it's easy to wrap me up with other people. I'm here to tell you that I'm not like other people at all. And I'm not even like the gays you see on TV, okay? I am a different beast. And my normal audience already knows this. However, today's political landscape contains so much vitriol and so much anger that it's hard not to string someone else by their shoelaces and call them a witch. I mean, it's a witch hunt all over, no matter if you're this or that or anything else. Why am I mentioning all this now? Well, I want to be honest to why there's a slowdown in what the audience calls content. I hate the word content, but you need to know why my work is slowing down. Unfortunately, when you wear your sexuality on your sleeve as loud as I do, you're bound to get people that don't even care about what you're trying to say and just see you as what they're gonna see you as. How do I know this? Well, this happened to me recently. I was profiled by my carbon footprint, and the cops used my carbon footprint to get a judge to sign a warrant to tear up my grandmother's guest room looking for things. You know how George W. Bush was raiding old lady book clubs during the Iraq War because they were anti-war? This is giving that kind of energy because just the day before this raid happened, I had wrapped up very sloppily my Project 2025 series. And in that same shirt I'm wearing in that video, well, I was dragged outside in my bare feet in the cold while they handcuffed me, and they searched the house. What were they searching for? Well, it's an ongoing investigation. I can't really tell you, but I can tell you that I literally was not involved. The people they were looking for weren't even in the state that I'm in. So they accomplished a whole bit of nothing and left. Part of this is definitely an age thing. I'm aging to the point where I don't no longer see myself as that fit 20-year-old social justice warrior anymore. I am over the age of 30, and so automatically I'm a creepy, pervy dude that wears his sexuality on his sleeve for no reason other than to be disgusting. And I'm realizing that this is exactly how people see me in the straight community and how people see me in general. This is definitely an age thing. I mean, it's part of what people like to call twink death. I'm no longer cute. I can no longer bat my eyes and get out of a situation. And that's also part of it, is that my pretty privilege is going away and people are seeing me for the disgusting monster that I actually am. Which is fine with me, because I really don't care. I already knew I was a disgusting monster even before when I was pretty, so you guys ain't teaching me anything new. However, this has curbed my content in a way where I am very cautious of what I put out in the future, and I'm very cautious of the words I am using as to not spark so much of an outrage that I get searched again. I'm also not pretending that straight people aren't, well, just as pig-like and devious as I am, because they are. You know, I'm not going to pretend straight people are angels either, because they're not. No one is. Man, these cops' questions were so fresh. They were asking me what boy pussy was. I was about to tell them it's that Biss in Soul Calibur 6 before you load the screen. But I didn't tell them that, no. These cops really thought I had children in my grandmother's basement, which is hilarious because my grandmother does not have a basement. And I mean, one look at my carbon footprint, and you could kind of see where my dating habits lie. I just kindly reminded them of my dating history, and they realized that they had the wrong person and that I wasn't trafficking anybody. They were just making assumptions based on what they saw on the internet. And that's going to be not only a concern for me, but a concern for a lot of people who do a lot of activism, who have identities way stronger than mine, who have a strong carbon footprint. Because guess what? They don't have to have probable cause to search you with a warrant anymore. They can just look at some shit you posted on the internet and say, hey, that's good enough. And what kind of future that's going to lead to, God only knows. I mean, we always say that this year's the worst, but the next year and the years after that, it's not going to get any better. You're going to have to learn how to survive, all of you. And I'm not going to be making my opinions secret. I mean, I never have and I never will. I have to get more creative with how I say things to protect myself and my family. And I think most people know what this feels like. And I've known what it feels like for a long time. I was in a lesbian family in the heat of the gay marriage debate. And right now, there is a debate of whether gay marriage should be rescinded and should be avoided and should be made illegal again. I'm going to tell you guys one thing. If you can do a better job at raising me than my mother, keep it to yourself. And if you're one of those gays that are obviously standing opposing trans rights, I'm not here to tell you one thing. Trans people were there to make sure marriage equality was legalized. You know how I know? Because trans people helped me with my homework, and trans people fed me while I was out cold in the rain protesting. That's how I know. I'm not here believing any of the hogwash that is being told about trans people because they were there. They were there with us when we were fighting for our rights. There were some gays and some lesbians that did not want to stand with us because they thought asking for marriage equality was too much. It was too much to ask that, heaven forbid my moms be on the same insurance plan and take care of their fucking kids, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I see you guys for what you are, and I'll treat you no differently than the gays that didn't want to stand with us back then when I was fighting for my family's rights. When I was fighting for my family's rights, trans people were fighting for their rights right next to us. I will not forget that anytime soon, and I'm not forgetting that now. And I just want to let you guys know that for sure. We're definitely seeing some kind of social collapse when it comes to empathy and how we connect as humans. Hell, we don't even see each other as humans anymore. Hell, that whole Snow White flick got a lot of flack because it was trying to look at the humanity of things instead of catering to the image of things. It's very telling. And it does make me want to burn the whole system down, but I can't do that. I can't do that alone anyway, so... And that's the thing. These aren't policies I'm trying to make. These are just feelings that I'm having. And if I cannot express my feelings, then what kind of society are we? Do we even believe in free speech? With all that said, revolution is easier said than done. There is no how-to guide, and it's not going to happen overnight. Revolutions are not called revolutions until years after the fact. I just want y'all to know that. Because that is historically accurate. No guru is going to save us, and the only one that's going to protect you and your family is you and your family. I just want you to know that. If you don't have a family, I'm sorry. I know what being alone feels like. I know what it's like to be alone in a tent thinking this is the end of your road and you don't have anywhere to go. I'm here to tell you that it is not the case. And that you can get up and do something for yourself. Make your life happen. I'm definitely a free thinker. In this world where everyone's getting paid to say stupid shit, you know what I mean? And especially at this time, in this point of our history, with so much war going on in our world, it's time to not fuck around anymore. It really isn't. You have to stand on business. You have to speak with your full chest. And you have to stand up for yourself, because no one else is going to do it for you. I'm here to tell you that. Being angry at trans people, being angry at black people, being angry at Mexicans, Venezuelans, El Salvadorians, being mad at people and hating people and getting them deported isn't gonna make your life any fucking better. It's not. In fact, you're gonna be having less. You will have less than what you have because you are taking away from others. You understand that? You're fucking with people's livelihoods. This isn't a fucking game anymore of tic-tac-toe, YouTube drama, political takes. Nah, real people are on the fucking line, and none of you seem to give a damn. If I disappear from the internet, it's probably because I'm trying to protect myself. So, I don't need anybody concerned about that. I will be just fine, because I will be watching my back. I need you guys to watch yours, because it's gonna get ugly out here. I fully believe that it is very possible that the United States will end up like any other nation it got to war with. I fully believe that within 10 to 15 years, maybe even less than that, places will be complete fucking war zones. Tore up, buildings destroyed, hospitals destroyed. Why? Well, we have reaped what we sowed. It is something we've been doing to others for so long that eventually it will swing back at us. And we need to be ready. You need to be ready. Or you need to get out and escape. Von Trapp style, Sound of Music style. You need to go to the countryside and hop the border like you're one of us. You know what I mean. I don't have the money or means to get out, so I trust in the solidarity of my people around me, and I trust that with goodwill and faith I will survive. But the cost is what I'm afraid of. The cost of surviving will be great, not only for you, but for everyone. I know a lot of people are going to be taking the back seat like, oh, well, I'm not trans, or oh, I'm not gay, or oh, I'm not brown or black or anything like that. I'm just going to sit and wait this out. Here's the thing. They're coming after you, too. You may be white, but if you're watching this video, you're probably poor like me, because that's how the algorithm rolls. And they're not just going to stop at your fun little minorities, no. They're gonna come after you too, because you ain't making bank like Elon. You ain't generating revenue for the country by shaking that ass like a pop star. You're nobody. So if you die, you will just be a number on a chart to them. And that's what I'm trying to tell you, is that we need to stick together as people in order to survive this upcoming decade, because it will be worse than it is now. I can guarantee you that, and any historian can guarantee you that as well. With intellectualism in culture being almost dead at this point, now you're stuck listening to my dumbass rant about these things that I know for a fact from experience. You will most likely never get a video like this for a long time on my channel, mostly because of how much room I have on my phone and my other storage devices, which is basically none. Every time I film a 1 game or 2 controllers, most of it gets automatically deleted unless I'm making shorts. And honestly, I'm gonna stop making shorts for a while because I just want to focus on more long form videos and gameplay and whatever else I can think of. I have a few dedicated Patreon subscribers, and I want to thank you so much. That $24 a month helps my self-esteem, and really, it's really generous of you guys. Thank you so much. I would like to focus eventually on moving to Nebula, And I feel like that space on Nebula would give me more room to create the political content I want to make, without fear of censorship. That, and I'd be working under Lindsay Ellis, and I think that'd be thebomb.com. Rest assured, if I were to do such a thing, the things available on my Nebula would be available on my Patreon, and that's how I'd like to roll with that, even if it is in parts and chopped up for Patreon's sake. However, that's not going to be happening in the foreseeable future due to the severe lack of management or editor that I can trust that isn't myself, or just I don't have any of the tools that some of these creators have. I just want you to know that I do everything with my own two hands. I edit the thing, I draw these pictures, I play this gameplay, I do it all. And so naturally, these things come with a little bit of patience. And over time, I think I'll eventually be where I want to be. It's just not happening right now because there's so much going on. Some of you may call me paranoid. And yes, I am. I'm depressed, paranoid, and a total shut-in, scared of the world around me, only because I have been out here in the real world doing real shit. And I've seen humanity for its real face, and soon you will too. Rest assured, I'm not letting anything or anyone stop me from expressing myself. I have been a performance artist all my life, and I ain't stopping anytime soon, not for anybody. I'm gonna focus on my energy and focus on things that make me happy, even if this escapism is just for folly, you know what I mean? Even if this escapism isn't really helping anyone escape, you know what I mean? And that was the thing I wanted to talk about as well, that I may not have time to right now, but I'll talk about it, is that the problem with escapism in the modern era, why grown-ass men bitch about kids' movies on the internet, is because they're old. No one, and when you're older, you can't escape the realities around you. You really can't. And that is why you're seeing a bunch of people coming into their middle age being bitter about literally absolutely everything that has nothing to do with them, because they're not included, because, well, they're not kids anymore. And that's the reality of growing up. And I think that's evident in the content being peddled by the systems that be at this current time. The problem with escapism is that no one is going to be escaping this world that we're living in right now. No one. No matter how guarded you think you are. As much as I want to watch some beautiful TV series about some gay romance or some trans triumph, I know that the reality is a lot harsher, and that in the real world, there are laws being made right now to discriminate against us. Even worse so, they could just deport my ass to El Salvador and no one would blink an eye because of my last name. No one would bat an eye if I fucking vanished. And there was nothing nobody can do, because we have created 2005 fascism. 2005 edgy fascism that you thought was gone in middle school has come back now into the White House because a bunch of fucking losers with money have decided that this is the world that we're going to live in. And if I get swept up in it, I'm sorry. It's not my fault. You know who to blame. Call your congressman, call your Senate person. Hell, fucking call the president. Seriously, guys, I hope if you made it to this part of the video, I applaud you, and I hope your life is filled with love and laughter and happiness. No matter where you are or no matter what state you're in right now, I just hope that you're filled with light, love, and happiness in this dark world. You know, in this dark world, get a flashlight. Be a light to people that can't see the light right now, if that makes any sense. All right. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. This is probably going to be the last video like this, but thank you for staying and stopping by. You guys take care, and remember, this is Doaflix, DOAF. That means you do as fuck. You do it as fuck. Do AF. Doaf. You do it. Do it now. Okay? All right. Love you guys. You take care.